TikTok gang, apologies for the little delay. Everybody keep liking the stream up. We are back. We are live on YouTube now. Um, and we're going to get into everything. We're going to get into absolutely everything. My mentions are freaking blowing up right now. We have a lot of fans talking about AD not touching the ball after 104, 104. Lovely. Okay. YouTube gang, TikTok gang, welcome in. We are starting the stream right here again. The Lakers lose 114 to 106. They lose 114 to 106, everybody. And I'm going to look at TikTok and at YouTube at the same time. 114, 106. Denver just has their number. Jamal Murray couldn't miss a shot in the clutch. Nikola Jokic was eating this defense apart. It was just easy passes, double teams for no reason from Austin Reeves. Rui Hachimura gives you 2 points in 37 minutes after not being traded at today's deadline. It's literally 2-8-24. Kobe's statue got unveiled. It was a massive day. They wore the Mamba jerseys, and you get word before game time, D'Angelo Russell's not going to suit up. Okay. That's only your third best player. But then you hear KCP's not going to suit up for Denver. Okay, maybe we can counterbalance that. So they do. Max Christie is your best point of attack defender with him out, with Vando out, and Cam Reddish out, and Gabe Vincent out. So Max Christie spends his bulk of the time on Jamal Murray, has some bad plays, has some good plays, gets injured in the first half, out for the game. Now, who's going to guard Jamal Murray? It's freaking Taurean Prince, because who else is there? Austin Reeves was looking like butter in the first half. Absolute butter in the first half. And I love me some Austin Reeves. I'm glad they didn't trade him. He should be untouchable. He's still on one of the best contracts in the NBA. But boy, did he play terrible today. He was late on rotations. He doubled for absolutely no reason. I can't get over that play. He took bad shots, didn't make them. Only really played well in the third quarter. Skylar Mays outplays him in the fourth, and Darvin Ham subs Reeves back in for Mays. When Skylar Mays and Jackson Hayes brought the energy, the only reason the game is close is because of those two and AD. Rui and LeBron were just kind of there. LeBron couldn't buy a bucket today because he played scared against this Denver Nuggets team, and those are the facts. Rui Hachimura played scared against this Denver Nuggets team, and those are the facts. AD came to play all game. 30-plus, missing free throws, though, in the clutch. Reeves also missing free throws in the second half. LeBron not finishing these and ones, going away from Jamal Murray on the fast break where he's trying to take an inside hand finish so Peyton Watson can block him. Just dunk on that, man. Go right. The Lakers did not take advantage of any mismatches at all today. They always wanted to get into the worst matchup possible and just scored too much iso ball, per usual when the stars are in. No D'Lo's going to hurt your offense. No Vando's going to hurt your point of attack defense. No Cam Reddish is going to hurt your point of attack defense. No Max Christie is going to hurt your point of attack defense. No Gabe Vincent's going to hurt your point of attack defense. But what excuse does Denver have? They're not giving excuses. They're just winning. They are simply winning basketball games every single time they play the Lakers. You know why? Because they put the ball in the hoop at the end of the game. You're only as good as your stars in the NBA in playoff-like atmospheres, and the Lakers stars just did not show up to the level that Jokic, Jamal, MPJ showed up to. AD did, but LeBron 2 of 8 in a stretch. Reeves, just absolutely horrendous basketball game. You're the third star tonight, and that's the production we got. And Rui Hachimura, the Lakers are paying him 3 years, $51 million. Him and Austin Reeves look very happy to not get traded today. Why did they play like they thought they were going to get traded today? You guys are the biggest Kobe fans on the team. You're wearing the Mamba jerseys. You have to go show out against New Orleans tomorrow. It's unacceptable. Denver outplays the Lakers every single time. They are the best team in the NBA, and the Lakers have not proven to me about anything. And we'll get into the positives, but there's not a single thing that tells me intangible-wise that they can beat Denver. But now let's talk about some other players and some positives of where you possibly might have thought the Lakers could have won today. But because the closers didn't show up, you don't win this game. But there was a reason that game got close, and we have to give the majority of the credit to Jackson freaking Hayes, man. Jackson Hayes has become the Lakers' X factor. We saw how well he played against the Los Angeles Clippers. The Cam Reddish coming out game as well. Those two were in harmony on defense. Jackson Hayes was getting us so many offensive rebounds tonight, making up for a LeBron air ball, LeBron short shot, Reeves short shot, any AD miss. He cleaned up everything. He was the best player for the Lakers besides Taurean Prince in stretches. And then, of course, you have AD leading you, but those two role players, I know Lakers Nation, our boys Trevor Lane, Sean Davis are probably giving that man star in your role because Jackson Hayes showed you something today. He is special. He can play 4-5. AD can play 4-5. Those two should be starting together. I think Christian Wood maybe should have gotten traded for seconds, and you went and invested in someone else, maybe even Biyombo, because Christian Wood is just proving that we were wrong about him. When it comes to a game like this, what did he even provide besides just minutes out there? Disappointing, very disappointing from some players. Very, very encouraging from Skylar Mays, though. Gave us great second half minutes. You didn't get to see him finish the game, even though he had two really crucial assists. The Lakers only started cutting when Skylar Mays got the ball at high post and then drives in because he's by his guy and also understands how to run pick and roll. Besides that, understands spacing. So guys are cutting, but when LeBron James has the ball or AD has the ball, they're not cutting because everyone's just staring at the stars. They're not cutting. It's simple basketball that the Lakers fail to play when the best players on the team are in the basketball game. It irks me. It perplexes me. It does not make sense. It's not basketball. The Lakers have decided to give up on the modern game when their stars are in, but then all of a sudden they can go beat Boston because they're shooting a bunch of threes, moving the ball, assist numbers heavy. But when it's Denver, this team cannot get over the hump. And you have to give credit where credit's due. Denver's better. They hit the shots in the clutch. Jamal Murray hunts LeBron James every game. I've seen 7 straight Denver-Los Angeles games. And I used to see the Lakers beat Denver. The Lakers had to beat Denver in 2020 to win a championship. But ever since they got everybody back, traded for Aaron Gordon and KCP, and everyone is evolving, there's a certain way to pick apart the Lakers, and only Denver has done it. Only Denver has done it consistently. They beat you in pick and roll. Jamal Murray will always hunt LeBron and score. Jokic, when he gets the ball, someone's going to overhelp or they'll slightly help, and he'll make the perfect bullet pass to the corner or the cutter in dunker spot. KCP on fast breaks. Jokic is just he knows how to get everybody around him the ball at the best possible time. The Lakers' timing is just not there. This is what happens when your team is predicated on athleticism. Vando will get hurt because you're relying on athleticism, speed, your size, not your skill at basketball. Cam Reddish, exactly the same thing. Max Christie, exactly the same thing. Gabe Vincent comes from Miami where he had to run a lot, so I'm not surprised he had a knee injury. D'Lo gets a phantom knee injection yesterday, and all of a sudden he can't play against the team he needs to prove himself against. It's like the deadline came, and this wasn't a right day for the Lakers to play or something. Only a couple players were ready. TP was fantastic. And I never give Taurean Prince this much credit, but he was amazing today. He was the only reason the Lakers were in it in the first half. And they were barely in it. I told my brother and my mom towards the end of the first half, who I always watch the game with, you are clearly going to have like a 14-2 run to end this game with Christie out because no one wants to play defense. Reeves doesn't want to play defense. LeBron doesn't want to play defense. TP tries his hardest, so he played well, but he's also not as athletic as other players. Rui could just kind of be there. And then AD and Hayes are working their asses off on defense. And even AD will give you a possession off. You can see when you're watching players get more coached by Rajon Rondo than their own coach, and then over-listening to his advice with LeBron giving up the cut to Peyton Watson at the end of the basketball game. Just absolutely ridiculous to listen to him mid-possession. You can clearly see Rondo's telling him, look, go stunt at Jamal Murray. Fake the double. He definitely won't pass. He's trying to shoot. Oh, wait, he made the perfect pass because Denver always passes to the open guy, to a capable guy. Peyton Watson doesn't go up like a you-know-what. He actually goes to the rim and tries to yam on someone, dunks on them, and 104-101. Reeves has to hit an amazing shot off a beautiful pass from Taurean Prince to get it to 104-104. And Anthony Davis, your superstar, your 1A in 2024, didn't touch the basketball after that. Didn't touch the basketball after 104-104. We're talking about Anthony Marshawn Davis, 34 plus points, dominating in the inside to mid post area. The only guy that can get you a guaranteed bucket on the Los Angeles Lakers at that moment doesn't touch the ball because his point guard's gone. Skylar Mays is out the game, so he's not conditioning the ball. Every time Reeves gets it, he's thinking about shooting. Every time LeBron gets it, he's thinking about putting up some absolute terrible shot in the fourth quarter that's guaranteed to be short. I'm disgusted. The Lakers have to win tomorrow against New Orleans, or we can go back to writing them off. Obviously, we're not going to do that because they're missing so many guys. But you hope to see D'Angelo there tomorrow. You hope to see Christie get better. Maybe Cam can get back for tomorrow's game. But New Orleans is hungry. They just beat the Clippers. They want revenge for beating for the IST. They already beat them last game by like 40. Why not beat them again? New Orleans is probably going to smell blood, so the Lakers got to show up. I just hated that end-of-game execution. It pissed me off. I get passionate about these things because you feel like you understand the game of basketball, but sometimes you just get outplayed. Sometimes you get outsmarted. Sometimes you're just not the smarter team. Sometimes you're second place. And that's what the Lakers look like they're going to be as long as Denver's here and as long as this is the core. I don't know about this leader core anymore. I love these guys. I appreciate everything they did in 2020 for the championship run. But is this really the team that can win a championship with these two guys at your helm? And everyone knows who I'm talking about. And it's especially the one who I'm not going to say who should be playing way better in the clutch, but always kind of plays like this when it's Denver. And I don't get it. This was not the case in 2020. This was not the case in even 21. But then you traded for Westbrook. So much happened. It's been 4 years, and now we're taking terrible runners when it's 106, 104. Just terrible. And we're leaving guys wide open. I don't know where Austin Reeves got the gall, the unmitigated gall, to go think he can get a steal off Nikola Jokic, who's not even, the ball's not even out, people. The ball's not even out for Reeves to go steal that. Everybody in my TikTok chat can go see, is looking at it right now, the screenshot of the play. That ball's not stealable. Jokic has the ball at his pocket, not outside to where he can rip it out. Austin Reeves, you are a subpar defender. What are you doing? You can't get that steal. And then you let MPJ dagger you because obviously no one's going to help. What the hell are we doing? Terrible basketball. Terrible. Not fundamental. Completely lost all principles in the last 2 minutes of the basketball game. Outplayed soundly by Denver. Outcoached soundly by Mike Malone in the last 2 minutes. Outplayed. The stars outplayed the other stars. The role players outplayed the other role players in the last 2 minutes. That's just how it is sometimes, people. It felt like a playoff game. It gave me playoff anxiety. It gave me playoff intensity as a fan and as a creator and as like a wannabe coach, as a wannabe basketball operations guy, because you think you understand basketball and then players show you something else. You can't execute it, obviously. You wish it was as simple as what you say, but sometimes you're just not as good as the other team, and you have to accept it. You can just have to accept it, and that's it. That's where I'm at with this right now. The Lakers are my favorite team. They will forever be my favorite team. The statue was amazing today, so I'm not going to let this ruin my day. I'm not going to let this ruin any Lakers fans' day because this is a celebration of Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, the people that inspired me my entire life. Kobe Bryant, man, my idol. It's just painful because I know how much he hated to lose. And this is not what the Lakers stand for. This is not how you defend home court. You could have said Kobe would have done this, Kobe would have done that. We're not going to get into that. But in my era of watching Kobe Bryant play basketball, you don't lose to Denver at home. You really don't. And the Lakers have another opportunity to play them. I swear to God, I hope people are back for that one. You need D'Lo back for that game. You need Cam back for that game. You need Max. It's a all hands on deck. Because Denver, you can't beat them any other way. They are amazing. And they know they're amazing. KCP will be there next game. And no matter what people want to say about the regular season, they take these games seriously. Denver knows the Lakers are the second, maybe now third, fourth, with the Clippers being insane right now. We'll get into the rest of the NBA in a second. The Clippers are insane right now, and this is coming from a Laker guy, but the Clippers are insane. They're so good. They're probably the second best team in the West. But with this landscape, understanding that, Denver knows they have to kill the Lakers. They have to. You're going to have to face them maybe, who knows, maybe the first round. Maybe the Lakers got to win a play-in game, become the 8th seed. You face Denver. I have confidence in beating OKC or Minnesota in a first-round series, but if you face Denver, you're done. As currently constructed, as currently led right now, I don't think any sort of trade would have fixed it today. And I know people are probably talking about the deadline. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the chat because I'm just ranting in my glory right now. But no trade would have saved you today. Royce O'Neal wouldn't have saved you today. Dorian Finney-Smith wouldn't have saved you today. This is on the Lakers leaders, the guys who would have been here regardless. This is on them, and they know it's on them. I think they're very aware of that fact. I'm sure the entirety of Lakers Nation is on them right now. And though this will come out, everyone sees everything. I hope this game lets a fire up under their ass and they beat Denver next time. But if they don't, I'm done. Call me out with this era of the Lakers, if so. Because if you can't beat Denver, you can't win a championship. And that's just the facts. They are the defending champs. They look like they're going to repeat. And it's time to move on now from this game. As much as I could keep going, I could keep going. I really could. I really, really could. But let's talk about the greater landscape really fast. Denver's the best team in the league. The Celtics are the best team in the East. The Lakers have beat them. The Clippers are the best team in the West. The Lakers have beat them once with all hands on deck, minus Vando. But the Clippers beat them 2-3 times. So you have to, like, even from a Lakers perspective, grand scheme of things perspective, it goes Denver number 1, Clippers and Boston 2 and 3. Like, if you think otherwise right now, you haven't been watching the NBA. That's pretty much where we're at right now. I don't know who's threatening 4 or 5 right now because no one has the ceiling of these 3 teams besides maybe the Lakers. That's just maybe the Warriors could give you a ceiling that high, but you don't know what Klay Thompson is going to give you in any stretch. Philly is kind of selling now that Joel Embiid is gone, but they acquired Buddy Hield. Very confusing moves today for them because you lose Pat Bev, your best point of attack defender, and you traded Jaden Springer, who was a good point of attack defender. I don't know if they want to win this year. Milwaukee gets Pat Bev, though. Don't know why they traded Robin besides tax, but you got to think Milwaukee's a top 5 team. I think Pat Bev is a very underrated addition for them. He can play with Dame and finish with Dame. He probably can't do much against like a Tatum, but he can do a lot against a Holiday or a Derek White. So I like Milwaukee in the top 5 for sure. Maybe New York's in the top 5. You bump the Lakers down a little bit. If we do like a pseudo power rankings here, I would probably go Denver. And this is in terms of contention. I'm not talking just regular season. Contention for the NBA Finals. It's Denver, Los Angeles Clippers, Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, Miami Heat, New York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers, I would say, Golden State Warriors. Those are, you can't count out the teams that have LeBron, AD, Steph, but I'm starting to get there. I'm really starting to get there. I'm really starting to count those teams out soon. That's why they are at the edge of my top 8 power rankings. They are truly at the edge right now. And I know there are OKC fans being like, yo, what are we talking about? Minnesota fans are being like, yo, what are we talking about? They just don't have enough experience in the playoffs yet. As much as they have tried to acquire that, loading up the bench, get better, as of right now, I think those are the top 8 teams that could win championships in that order. Now let's check out the chats. Wolves did dominate Giannis tonight. Yep, Lakers are in contention. Mavs, yep, I like that. Phoenix, for sure. Can't forget about Phoenix. I did forget about Phoenix. I would probably put them at Miami's level. I agree that the Lakers need to get healthy. I think Lakers' health could be a lot here. But it's a hard thing to rely on when LeBron James is shooting a runner at the end of games that's short when AD was cooking. Reeves just hit a 3. I mean, shoot the runner higher, man. pass the ball maybe. You're not shooting well today, you know? And I know you're LeBron James. You have that confidence. But I'm disappointed with how he executed in the fourth. And I hope it's talked about. Someone asked how Reeves did tonight. He was not very good the entirety of the basketball game. It was really disappointing. First half, he was awful on defense. He didn't really hit a shot. He had a really good third quarter stretch. Comes back in the fourth after Skylar Mays had 2 beautiful assists to the dunker off a cut from the corner spot and gets subbed out with 6 to go. Terrible, terrible attempt at a steal. Hit a 3, though, that tied the game, so that was big. You can't get too mad at Austin Reeves, but not a good game from him. Horrible game from Rui. Horrible. He also barely got the ball, though, I will say. That 2 points looks really bad in 37 minutes, but he also touched the ball maybe 7 total times. 0 of 4 up until his layup where he was calling for the ball wide open at right wing, but it took them 13, maybe 15 seconds to get the ball there. And they clearly had Reggie Jackson on him, and Reggie Jackson was like, okay, you go score because I can't guard this. Rui Hachimura didn't really show up besides that. Couldn't hit a jumper. Didn't show up. Wasn't himself at all. Denver played great defense. Shout out Peyton Watson, who we've interviewed on this channel. Everybody go check that out on my interview. If you look up Ish_NBA, Ish_NBA, Peyton Watson, Julian Strother. Interviewed those guys. Summer League. Sometimes, you know, if you're a Denver Nugget and you're in the top 8 of the rotation, you're nice. You're real nice at basketball. Speaking of which, DeAndre Jordan lob he caught was crazy. That was a crazy lob. I think now is just the time to give props to Denver because that lob, I forget who threw it, but might have been Jamal.